which brings us to my favorite part of the show, today's Auspicious Op-Ed. Going to say some words for y'all. They're meaningful to me. I hope they're meaningful to you. And here we go. It's my message for y'all today. It has been a wild 2024 thus far, curating this internet show to accompany the far more vast YouTube Recommended Chronicles archival project that I've been co-curating with the help of my friendly 411, the algorithm that alerts my devices, known as Magic 8 Ball. I'm forever grateful to the flashing screen that prompts me to head over to YouTube and receive the latest transmissions regarding the Great Awakening, Great Resist, and the globalists' sad attempts at their supposed Great Reset. I carefully sift through and discern over 100 videos and images daily before I cut off the excess and redundancies and simulcast the best specimens to inform the masses on both X and Tumblr. I have already been persecuted for some of the most benign and tame questions countering the official narrative sanctioned by the establishment and all their cronies thus far. I have lost friends, lost accounts, and lost many of my civil liberties for refusing to bow to a totalitarian agenda or degrade amid pressure emanating from the mass formation or groupthink mobs of insecure, unhinged conformists who have been successfully radicalized by every tier of the education system that has successfully led to a rather hefty chunk of the masses being lured into a fate of injury, chronic illness, severe disease, or excess deaths, either via mandates or social engineering. Whether persecuted by a living person or a pretentious piece of software, it has only resulted in my further dedication and furtherance of my activities in support of the truth and freedom movement, sweeping all across the world with momentum growing by the moment. When you find out that most of your acquaintances wish for your demise, for the demise of our society in the name of social acceptance by their misguided peers and revenge for anyone who doesn't give them their way, it suddenly became clear that every covert narcissist I had knew finally blew their cover for good. I guess if the globalists and their professional and managerial class underlings can wear their evil on their sleeves as they infiltrate every institution, community, and religion they can cast their evil spell on, then why not every other lowlife with ambition give it a whirl too? You know, they emulate what they see, don't they? How on earth facts, evidence, and primary sources combined with logic, reasoning, morality, and ethics were outright vanquished by the vanity of credentials, material goods, or social status, regardless of logic, reasoning, morality, and ethics, are beyond me by any authentic or intrinsic understanding of their true motives or goals, except for one facet. Over the course of several centuries, the rebranding of serfdom, peasantry, servitude, slavery, and vocation, it was possible to commit generational menticide that permitted the top 15% or less of the population to domineer and abuse anyone they saw fit by grooming weakness, insecurity, and self-loathing to those who would go along to get along in hopes of reward someday. Now that they've shown their hand, making it very clear they have no intention of doing anything other than disposing of you when and how they see fit, less and less people are willing to go along to get absolutely nothing, let alone to go along to get along and live a lie. Now I'll take their hand and I'll raise them 20. How on earth are we not utilizing every tool we have to constitutionally, legally, ethically, and morally vanquish these self-admitted treasonous tyrants when they are openly declared terrorists with every intention of destroying our constitutional rights, depopulating the majority of our civilization, and destroying our individual rights? I tell you how. Most people simply don't have the balls or the gall to tell it straight like I do. Tell me why Klaus Schwab is not regarded as more dangerous than Hitler, Stalin, and bin Laden combined. Tell me. because he is more dangerous than all of them. I guess those that drink adrenochrome and torture children together on private islands and at after-hours parties at Davos have a sick partnership that we need to speak up a little louder and prouder about to make it very clear. We know exactly what is going on here, and the jig is up. If we have the Patriot Act to subdue ISIS threats, or that of any terrorist organization, the few decent people who must work amongst the lizard swine of DC needs to get the WEF, the WHO, the UN, and every other wannabe NGO on the indefinite detainment train, and leave the rest of us alone to live in peace with no more threats of imminent terror from the millionaire to trillionaire class of classless twats. That's what they are, kids. That's right, boys and girls, you heard me. Classless twats. And that wraps up our show today.